The Malaysian property market last year has been rather quiet if you compare it to just 2 years ago when the market was on a bull run. Last year began on a subdued note with uncertainties looming over the impact of the global financial crisis. But the year ended with greater confidence in the market, with some developers achieving strong sales for new property launches. We are into the new year of 2010, and although we do not have a crystal ball in front of us to tell us what's in store for the Malaysian property market this year, we can at least gain some views on the property sector in the days ahead from experts in the field. According to some property consultants, the year 2010 is going to see the property market, especially the residential market, looking up, and developers are expected to launch more products this year. James Wong, Managing Director of VPC Alliance Sdn Bhd, believes so.
The residential market was generally flat over the last 3 quarters of 2009, with many developers having postponed or scaled back their property project for 2009. However, the property outlook for 2010 is expected to improve, with many developers launching new residential property projects which have been held back for the past 1.5 years.
Chief Operating Officer of Henry Butcher Marketing Sdn Bhd, Tang Chi Ming, believes the residential property market will recover well, with landed homes faring better than high-rises.
We foresee a steady recovery of the residential property market in 2010, provided the Malaysian economy maintains a steady course. The recent financial woes seen in Dubai and fears of the UK going through a financial turmoil has put investors on high alert, and there may be an adverse impact on the local residential market if that happens. Residential prices are expected to be stable. Landed properties are expected to continue to draw a higher level of interest, whilst the luxury condo market in KLCC and to a certain extent Montiara will take a while more to recover due to concerns of oversupply, increasing vacancy rates and compressed yields.
The office market, however, isn't going to do so well. In 2009, the office market remained relatively stable. Capital values and rentals did not drop significantly despite the onslaught of the economic crisis. However, the challenge for 2010 is to fill up the new office space that has just entered the market, especially those in the KLCC and KL Central and Bangsar areas. Rentals are expected to dip for the older buildings. CBRE Malaysia Executive Chairman Christopher Boyd has this to say.
The first half of last year saw the office market almost at a standstill, with most companies waiting to see the full impact of the global financial crisis. There was some pickup in the second half of the year, and in recent months we've been in discussion with a couple of tenants about their future plans for expansion. Nevertheless, the outlook for 2010 is one of increasing supply, and landlords will have to remain pragmatic and take a longer-term view in order to secure good quality tenants who will undoubtedly be shopping around for bargains.
So where do we put our money in 2010? What and where can we consider investing? While some say it is best to stick to the tried and tested locations such as Bangsar and Damansara Heights, both in Kuala Lumpur, VPC Alliance's Wong and CBRE's Chris Boyd have this to offer.
As there are a lot more new supply in the market for 2010, the investment strategy is to consider as many choices as possible and look for the best and value for money deals. In 2010, there will be still a strong demand for landed residential property in good locations. There will also be a demand for small niche upmarket residential development with emphasis on quality finishes, shop offices and developments in close proximity to proposed LRT stations and LRT lines.
I think this is a good time to buy almost any type of residential property. I'd look for yield and try to lock in some of the long-term low-interest finance that's still currently available. Industrials let to strong tenants are interesting, particularly in Western Klang Valley. And on the eastern side of KL, there may be some continued growth in residential values as a result of the newly opened Duke Highway and the prospect of the Outer Ring Road.
For more on what property experts say about the property market in 2010, as well as for some tips on property investments, read the January 11 issue of City & Country, The Property Pullout of the Age Malaysia.